Hello? Hi, Natalie. Hi, Tatiana. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm fine, thank you.
Mm, Good. I'm glad you're doing well. I just started class. I was talking away, and then I switched over to the other link to see if there's other classes going on because nobody came. And it said, your class will begin shortly. I'm like, what? So I had to go out of the Google Hangout and start out all over again.
Mm.
So,
Hi. Hi, Holly.
oh,
How
hi,
are you?
how are you? You just heard? Did you just hear my? This is the
Yeah,
second hangout I've started for this class. So
yeah.
yeah,
I was having problem with the first time because I don't know what's happened. It just blocked or something like that. You know.
yeah. I was like, what? And I thought, well, maybe it's because it's my third class in a row or something. So Tatiana, how's your vacation going?
Oh, thank you. Great.
Yeah, awesome. And what time is it right now in Turkey?
Nine,
Nine.
9:05.
9:05. Okay. And Natalie, you're in the UK right now,
Yeah,
correct?
yes, 7 in the
7 a.m.
morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
And remind me, you are from Colombia, right?
yeah. I'm from Colombia.
I remembered. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm starting to remember everything. Not everything, but I'm
Normal, you
starting to
know.
remember. Yeah,
I just have two classes before with you, so it's normal that you can remember that. You know.
yeah. Well, you
This is
have.
the
I
third class with you.
I I've been with Verbally now for 1 month, and I've taught almost 140 classes.
Wow.
So, I'm like that. When I start something, I go straight into full force. But I'm gonna I think in the next few weeks I'm going to slow down and not teach as many classes, but I still haven't decided what is the best time for me to teach. So I'm still kind of experimenting when is best. So anyway, right now we're going to do a topic on about running. Do either one of you guys are either one of you involved in running? Excuse me. Do you run at all?
No, to be honest, I walk all the time but not run.
Okay. You walk all the time. How about you, Tatiana? Do you run at all?
Um, I ran 1 year ago, all the time, constantly. No, how constantly? For example, 3 or 4 times a week,
Wow.
especially when I'm in Turkey, because my husband is a runner. He runs a lot. He runs every day, every day.
Wow.
Uh, Nevertheless, is it hot or rain or snow, nevertheless, yes,
Uh-huh.
so maybe or ill or not, it's never mind. He runs every day, and that's why I began to run with him.
Huh?
Uh, but when I have a surgery, I stopped run, and
Uh-huh. So you stopped running. Um, One of the instead of nevertheless of it rains, snow, sleet. It basically you could say regardless of the weather. He will run regardless of the weather. So I think Tatiana, you will really like this article. Did you download it yet? Hello, can you hear me,
Yes, I can hear you.
Tatiana?
She's having problem, I think.
I think so. Yeah. I just realized both of you guys are expats. You're living in countries that
Colombia.
are not your own.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait a minute. And then I was an expat for so long, but I'm not no longer. So,
I
um,
learned that word with you the last class. You told me
did
that.
you? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And I wonder if it was you and Tatiana at the same time too. I'm thinking that both you guys were in the same class at that time as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Hopefully she gets her gets it back. So, yeah, I actually enjoy running, but I have not run in years, and I don't do a lot of sports. I'm really sedentary. Do you know that word?
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah, and I need to change my life. So, I'm hoping this lesson will help me decide. Okay, it's time to change. So Tatiana, okay? When you get your voice back, please start speaking again. So let's match the following words with their correct definition. So we have tough, the outskirts, terrain, endorse something, an injury, a day job, pragmatic, and a challenge. Natalie, can you read A?
A geographic area, for example, a desert or mountains.
Okay, so what would that be?
Number 3?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll read B, difficult.
It's really tough, you know.
And it was so difficult for me to read. I'm glad you can hear my sarcasm there. Smell it all the way in the UK. Okay, so which one would that be?
Number 1.
Tough, yes.
I think that Tatiana will need to restart again because maybe she's froze or something like that.
Excuse me?
I mean, Tatiana, she needs to refresh.
Refresh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another guy that came into both of my first 2 classes, and the first class I could not hear him, but one of the ladies, there was 6 or 7 people in the class. One of the ladies could hear him, but I couldn't, and no one else could hear him. And in the second class, he was totally fine until about 20 minutes before the end of the lesson. And then, it was right when, I was going to have him read, and he started reading, and then all of a sudden his entire audio cut out, kind of like what happened with her, because she was in the middle of a sentence, I think, wasn't she? So.
She was. I don't know if it's a Google Hangout problem or something like that, you know, because sometimes it's not about the platform that we are using, it's about, the Google Hangout.
Yeah, and
busy or there are some repair or something, fixing something there, so.
If, for her, she's on holiday, and so she's at a hotel, and so that's never.
Yeah.
Hi, Asma. How are you? Can we hear you? I can see the coffee. Eslam? Asma? Okay, well, let's go on. Can you read C, Natalie?
C. Physical damage done to a person's body, for example, a cut or broken bone. An injury?
Yes, an injury. Okay. Asma, can you speak yet? Okay, no. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Solving problems in a practical way. What do you think that would be?
Pragmatic?
Yes, pragmatic is the correct word. Okay, and E. Can you read that?
Yeah, something difficult that needs a lot of skills, strength, etc. to achieve. As a challenge?
Yes. Now, remind me, Natalie, are you studying linguistics?
No.
Or languages? No. Okay, that's somebody else. There's somebody else that's in the UK that's studying social linguistics. But yeah, she's from Saudi Arabia. Okay. So, number F, the areas of a city that are far away from the center.
That would be the outskirts.
Yes. And just a FYI, just for American English, we actually would spell center CENTER, but we would not use that word. We would actually use downtown. So, Tatiana, can you speak now?
Yeah.
Are you back? Good. Okay. We thought maybe we hoped you would come back. Eslam, can you speak now? Or Asma? Asma, can you speak? Okay. All right. Well, so we just started on the keywords for this reading exercise, Tatiana. And I was just telling you when you stopped. I don't know. Did you hear? Could you hear us? Just not you
No.
couldn't
My
hear either.
computer frozen.
Oh, I wondered what it was because as soon as you finish describing that your family, you and your husband runs, you know that he runs all the time. I said that you would really, really like this reading, the reading that we're doing because it's about a guy who runs all the time.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, oh wow, you'll really like this. So, okay, let's go to G. What is to say that you use or like a particular product in order to promote it? Anybody?
There's something.
Endorse something, yeah. And so, were either one of you guys in the class where we talked about endorsements?
No.
No, okay. Endorsements, a lot of athletes, international athletes, and a lot of celebrities endorse products. And we pretty much see it all the time on commercials. If there's a
It's like
yes,
say that as their own, they say that they use the product promotion, or is it more about put your name on the product?
both of them are a type of endorsement.
All right.
And so here's some examples from Google Images. Okay, bear with me a moment. So, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's some examples of endorsements. So these are celebrities who have endorsed different products. And some you know, some you don't know. Okay. Next word, a day job is a work that you do to earn a living and which allows you to take part in a secondary activity or hobby. Okay. So, Natalie, what is your day job?
My day job, I am a pet sitter and dog walker.
That's
So,
okay. Now I remember. And I told you about my dog, right?
yeah, you tell me.
And Tatiana, what is your day job?
Day job, generally or now?
Well, now you're a housewife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I asked because now I'm on holiday, and generally I'm a housewife, and I should I tell you about my day work?
Activity?
What the day activity? What I
Uh,
do
no.
during the day?
No, what you say, if somebody says to you, what's your day job? You would say, oh, I'm a housewife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you would say, I'm a homemaker. To me, that's a better word than a housewife. Do you know that word? A homemaker?
No, for me, housewife.
A homemaker. I like homemaker better, but we all have our own choices.
Sounds a different. For me, it sounds, I mean, the same or not?
What?
Why is it different between homemaker and housewife? I mean,
Well, they mean the same thing. It's just that um, I don't know. I have different thoughts on the two words, but they mean the exact same thing.
can you share your thought with us?
What?
Can
What
you share? I mean, can you tell me why it's different for you to say homemaker than
versus housewife?
housewife?
Yeah, it's hi, Asma. It, we can't hear you. Okay. Um, So yeah, let me tell you how I see the difference. Okay, a housewife is somebody who is a wife, and they do tasks and so forth for their husband and so forth. Where a homemaker is a person who, and you know, keep in mind they're the same thing, but in my mind they're slightly different. A homemaker is a person whose profession and whose love is to make the home the best it can be.
No, I understand why you're saying that.
Yeah, so I just have, it's called, do you guys know the word a connotate? There, a connotative versus denotative definition?
No, I don't know.
There's a connotative definition of a word. A connotative definition right here, and then there's a denotative definition. Okay. Connotative is what I just described. I see a homemaker this way, and I see a housewife that way. Where a denotative definition is the dictionary. It's what the dictionary says. So the dictionary says a homemaker and a housewife are the exact same. So.
I cannot tell you. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a definite. It's interesting because that's a word. I don't know if you guys know that in the English language, we've got so many words in the English language that all the way till we're 18, we have vocabulary tests. And connotative and denotative are on your last year of school. It's on the vocabulary test for that. So anyway, let's go on. We're going to do a reading article, and it's actually quite fascinating. About a man who runs all the time. And I actually saw a documentary about this man probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and I thought it was fascinating at that time. So if you think running a 26-mile marathon sounds tough, how about 135 miles? Through California,
how much in kilometers?
In summer. 135 miles in kilometers. Let's check.
100?
See. What is 135 miles in kilometers? Oops, bear with me a moment. Okay. 135 miles. How many kilometers are there in 135 miles? And 135 miles, there are 207.26 kilometers.
Oh.
So that's what this person does. This is why I thought, Tatiana, you're going to love this exercise. Do you guys want to read, or do you want me to read?
Let's read.
Okay, you want to read?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'll have each one of you read a paragraph, and then if there's pronunciation issues, I'll tell you. And if not, Asma, can you speak yet?
Do you hear me? I'm here.
Hi. Oh, good. We hear you very little. It's very, very faint, but we hear your computer a lot more. So, okay, let's go ahead and start. Tatiana, could you read number 1?
Okay. When the world's elite athletes take part in the next London Marathon, the 42-year-old Californian will not be with them. The reason is simple. For Dean Karmazis, the conventional marathon distance of 26 miles is only a warm-up.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. And keep in mind, athletes. We would say athletes.
Athletes.
Yes. Natalie, could you read number 2?
Sure. Kamasi's first ran the standard marathon distance when he was just 14. After that, he stopped running long distance completely, but then On the evening of the 30th birthday, he put on a pair of running shoes and decided to run into the night.
Okay. Um, and you skipped a couple words when you were reading, so maybe slow down a little.
Right.
But also, what was the word you stumbled on? Distances. Distances.
Distances.
Yeah. Okay. Asma, can you read? Can we hear you?
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can now. Yes, awesome, yay! Okay, number 3.
Are you? Okay. On the wide roads in the outskirts of San Francisco, and with absolutely no preparation, he ran 30 miles. That birthday run changed his life.
No way. Can you believe that? He doesn't run, and then he turns 30, and he runs 30 miles. You guys know how many 30 miles are in kilometers?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's too much.
It's like 50 kilometers. What do you think of that, Tatiana?
About 50 kilometers.
Yeah. Do you think that could somebody they turn 30 and they just run 30 miles?
I don't know. My husband ran, I know, 30 kilometers.
Uh-huh. Really?
Yeah, I don't know about 50 kilometers. Maybe because he took part every time in a marathon, which is in Bosphor. You know, the bridge with connect Asia part and European part in Istanbul, and there is a big long bridge, and sometimes we took part in marathon together, but I can only run 8 kilometers and he ran 30.
Wow, he runs the whole thing. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and read number.
But you know, he wants to run 50. But they didn't allow. He can't take permission because he's not professional. That's why.
Yeah. Well, you need to give him this article. Let him read this. So.
Yeah.
Today, Karnazes is one. I want to read number 4. Today, Karnazes is one of the world's leading participants in the little-known sport of ultra marathon running. Unlike the 26-mile city marathons that take place around the world, ultras are different because of their unusual terrain, typically deserts and mountains, and their extremely long distances, anything between 50 and 150 miles. In ultra races, victory is simply finishing the race, explains Karnazes. Tatiana, could you read number 6?
Okay. Just a moment. What a noise.
Yeah. Asma, can you mute your microphone when you aren't speaking? You know how to do that? Thank you.
Oh,
Awesome.
Thank you. In the US, around 50,000 people regularly take part in the ultramarathons, and worldwide, according to Kamazis, it is 100,000 and rising rapidly. The Commonwealth Africa is one of the most well-known events. The 56-mile race takes place every June. Runners have to complete their course within 12 hours, and scenes at the finish are often desperate.
Okay, thank you. Now the first number here, be careful could you pronounce this word, this letter? And could you pronounce both of these numbers, Tatiana?
15,000.
And 50, yeah, and 50. Okay.
No, not 50. 15.
I know, but that's what you said was 50.
No, 15.
Yep. Good. Okay. I just was checking to make sure. Number 7, Natalie. Can you read number 7?
Okay, the rest of the distance at least explains Kamency had special and pretty
Attributes.
attributes.
Hmm.
I'm pretty slow, but could you help me with that word because I was thinking how can I say
Okay, how do you pronounce it? Biomechanics.
biomechanics are good too.
Hmm.
He's talking about his perfectly neutral food streak and natural. That's
Okay.
it's definitely
Natural.
yeah. I think the no. A natural running style that helps him to avoid injuries. His rela- relatively
Relatively.
their relatively advanced age is also a common factor
Feature.
feature among competitors. Sorry, it's difficult for me.
Competitors. Yeah.
Competitors.
Competitors.
Age helps the ultra-runner to cope with discomfort because older runners are more pragmatic.
Okay. And is there any words or phrases in here you do not know?
I know competitor, but I wasn't aware how can I say it. I
Okay.
wasn't sure because
Yeah,
um,
competitors. Yeah, competitors.
I got
Two,
that problem because I just crossed my mind that word in Spanish. How can I say in Spanish and English, and then I can say in English, because it's
yeah,
just a confused pronunciation in my head in that moment.
exactly. That's fine. And keep in mind in English, competitors, we actually say the two T's sound like D's. Competitors. So they're really strong T's. They're
All right,
light T's.
competitor.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, number 8. Asma, can you read that?
Journalist has Deutsche. He is the president of an organic health company, and he has to
Okay. Okay, we cannot hear you, Asma. Hello?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, now, okay, try again. Okay.
Okay. Journalist has a day job. He is the president of an organic health food company, and he has to make time for training.
Question for you, Asma. I'm sorry. There's
Uh,
this sound that's on your computer. Do you have any other websites running right now?
no.
Okay. Because the last time I heard that sound, it was somebody was actually watching at the same time. So, okay, let's try it again, and hopefully we can get it more clear audio.
Journalist has a day job. He is the president of an organic health food company, and he has to make time for training. In preparation for an event, I get up at 4 a.m. 4 mornings a week and run for a few hours, and then try and do an hour in the evening. Because of his success, companies are paying him to endorse their products, and Carnazes hopes that this will soon allow him to make money and run full-time. One deal involves testing running shoes for a well-known adventure clothing company, the North Face.
The North Face. It's interesting. Halfway through most of that, your audio had this really bad sound, and then all of a sudden you were clear as a bell. So, so
Sorry, I don't understand.
well, there was this really sound behind your voice. It was like, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and you were better. So I think it's the internet connection. I'm not sure. But anyway, were there any your pronunciation? From what I could hear, I was able to hear most everything. Sounded very good. Are there any words or phrases that any of you guys do not know?
No, it's clear for me.
Okay, it's clear for all of you. Okay, let's go to the next one. Top 9.
Okay. I just want to say I put some links when I take part in marathon.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's my photo album from my album.
I have to look at it. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Could you read that, and then we'll look at the.
Okay. Authors have written about the mental effects of miles on the road. On the western states, Run explains karmasis. You run the first 50 miles with your legs and the next 50 with your mind. I've fallen asleep a number of times. Once I woke up running down the middle of the road, the movement becomes automatic. You just switch to autopilot.
Okay. I've fallen asleep a number of times. You run the first 50 miles with your legs and the next 50 with your mind. I've fallen asleep a number of times. Has anybody ever fallen asleep when you're driving or any of that kind of stuff?
No, but I can understand him because when I ran 8 kilometers, last 2 kilometers just autopilot. Yes, it's true.
Wow.
Because I don't feel my legs, I don't feel my body. I just ran and ran.
Okay. Okay. Natalie, can you read the next one?
Sure. One run was 350 miles non-stop loop of San Francisco Bay Area. A challenge which took an incredible 18 hours and 44 minutes. You only stop to change your shoes. I pee, drink, and eat while I run. I can't believe you could do that. says Carnazes. If you're running for 3 days straight, you can just eat energy snacks. So I eat pizza, I carry a phone and a credit card. I tell the delivery guy where I am going to be in 20 minutes and he meets me on the corner.
Yeah, so he meets him on the corner. I saw this on a documentary. The pizza delivery guy comes, brings pizza, and he picks it up. He pays the guy apparently while he's running. He picks up the pizza, continues running, and eats while he's doing it. Wow. It's just amazing. So, Tatiana, do you think your husband would want to do this? Tatiana?
Oh, I'm sorry, microphone muted.
Oh.
I don't know, really. Maybe not.
Okay, here she is, the marathon runner. Let's see, where's another one? And this is the one on the bridge.
Yes, and the previous photo when I show to the Europe and Asia, because no, not this. Welcome to Europe. The previous.
Okay. That's welcome to Europe. Yeah.
Welcome to Europe. Yes.
Right there. Okay.
Written over there.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. And now I know what you look like. So, okay, let's go on. Ozma, a question for you. Do you run at all? Do you do any running or any type of athletics?
No, but sometimes I ride bikes.
Okay. So you can say sometimes you can actually use you can ride a bike. That's totally fine. But you can also use bike as a verb. So sometimes I bike. And what country do you live in?
I'm from Egypt.
Egypt. Okay. I was thinking that was down there. I wasn't sure. Do people bike long distances in Egypt?
Girls, especially.
Okay, I can't hear you now. There's a sound. Now I can hear you.
Thank God.
Okay, now it's back.
I think it might be a problem with the microphone, not with the computer, because I think when you move something, it's stop and then it's starting again when you, I don't know.
Yeah. Like if she moves her head one way or in another way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. It totally could be a hardware issue. Yeah. So, but you are a bike. You ride bikes. That's good. And Natalie, did you say? Do you also do some type of physical exercise or?
Yes, I walk and bike. I like to cycle. So
Okay. All
actually,
right.
I do that every day because that's the
Yeah.
way I go to my job and do
Uh-huh.
my job.
Do you bike to your job?
Yeah, I normally
Oh,
around 1 hour, 1 hour
uh-huh.
travel. Normally, the journey is 1 hour. So
Okay. So you're the second person that I know that bikes to work every day. The other person, he bikes 15 kilometers one way.
I have no idea how many kilometers it is that, but I have
Yeah.
to go back. I do
Yeah.
it every day. So.
Yeah. And did you guys hear, everybody in the class, did you hear how I was speaking American English and she was speaking perfect British English? Because I said 15 kilometers and she said kilometers. So we both had the same word but different pronunciations. So
Yeah.
I didn't get that,
you
I just
didn't
I
hear that,
just
yeah.
said yeah because I just said it because it's the way they actually they don't say kilometers here. They said miles normally,
Do they say
but
miles?
because yeah, but because I used to when I speak with someone else and try to change the miles to kilometers, I ask them that way and they understand that, so that's
Uh-huh.
why I always say kilometers. So they
So
can tell you because they can tell you when it's how many miles is kilometers, or but I can't do that, because
yeah.
they know
Do
the
they use
meaning. Huh?
in Colombia, do you use kilometers or miles? Kilometers or
Kilometers,
miles?
kilometers. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Because it's either kilometers, which is the one pronunciation, or kilometers.
kilometers. Yeah.
So,
It's the
okay.
way that I learn here, so it's just
Yeah.
automatic.
Yeah. So what uh okay, you guys, there is a grammar mistake in this. This is like the um, third time in this week that I have found a major mistake in the teaching material, and I didn't write it this time. Did you guys find the mistake here?
How do you? How do you? How do you?
Okay, you can use what,
What
but
do
it
you?
is what do you think? What you do think is incorrect. So the
Yeah,
correction,
yeah. What do you think?
what
What
do
do you
you
think?
think? Is the correction. You can also, how do you think? But in this respect, I think what is the better one? So, what do you think of Dean Carnazze's lifestyle?
He has a great life.
He has a what?
He has a great life. He does things that he loves.
Yes, he has a great life because he does what he loves. Yes, and your audio that time was perfect. Thank you, Ozma. Um, and
Welcome.
what do you think, Tatiana?
Oh, yes, it's true because he leads his strong life, what he does, what he loves. But I think uh, in the world there are few people who can do this the same.
Uh-huh. There are few people that can do what they love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there. When you say, I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. You say there are few people who can do what they love. Okay, and then a person can also say there are a few people who can do what they love. You guys know the difference between those two sentences?
A few people.
I don't know.
Any idea? Ozma?
No, I don't know.
No. Okay. And Natalie, you don't know. Tatiana, do you know?
The first sentence, some people. The second sentence, little.
Yeah. Okay, so you did do it right then. You met the second sentence, correct? Okay. So in the first one is there are a few people. So there are there are some people. Um, and as for this one is there when you say there are few people instead of a few, you would say there are not many. So with the word few, it is really important that you, if you mean some, that you put a. If you mean not many people, then you don't put a. So so I needed to make sure when she said there are few people who can do what they love, which I agree with, but I wanted to make sure that that's really what she meant, and that's what you meant, right, Tatiana? You meant the second sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just checking because that's a real common language mistake that people make. Okay. Can you think of any other feats of endurance? Feats of endurance. Can you think of other types of sports or hobbies that people do that tests their endurance? Anybody? Natalie, can you think of one?
I don't know. Maybe boxing or another sport. Yeah.
Okay, an Olympic sport. Okay.
Yeah, an
Basically.
Olympic sport or something physically, I think. No?
Yeah, I mean, it's training for the Olympics. You know, if you're an Olympic sport and if you're an Olympic athlete, not really an Olympic sport, but if you're an Olympic athlete, yeah. Don't you guys agree that they train all the time? Can you think of one, Asma? Asma?
I think tennis championship.
Tennis. Okay. Okay, and Tatiana, can you think of one? Any type of extreme sports?
I think box.
Boxing?
Yeah, boxing.
Okay. And when I think of this, I think of, for me, mountain climbing.
Yeah.
Wrestling. What I thought maybe it'd be kind of fun to do is if we went to Google Images really quick, we type in extreme sports and see what we find. Skydiving. Do you guys know what that word? There's skydiving. What is this?
Surf. Oh, that one? No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Slackline over.
Looks like... Wow.
Okay, then this. What is it? What are these? Okay. Okay, biking. Okay, yeah, motorcycling, that kind of stuff. I get that. Flying out of an airplane with a motorcycle, totally stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking of saying that's not a sport. This is a stupid thing to do. You know?
Now this would be fun. Okay, if I was younger and more in shape, I can see myself pursuing this. But when I was younger, it didn't occur to me that I could do something like that. But bungee jumping. Have any of you guys ever gone bungee jumping?
No.
Would you ever?
No, I've heard about it, but never.
Okay, so
I'm thinking about that, but I'm not sure.
How is this an extreme sport?
Working for the little mouse.
It's a real extreme sport.
Yeah. We just had an exterminator come to our house today and place poison at the right places because while I would be teaching at the next table here in my office, I would see a mouse on this table. I'm like, ah! but we live in the countryside, and that's part of living in countries, you know. But yeah, okay. Have you guys ever done any whitewater rafting?
No, but for me that's over the top, you know.
Oh, rafting is very popular in Turkey, especially in Antalya, in mountains.
It's also popular in Idaho as well, whitewater rafting. Let's see. Have you done this, Tatiana?
No, no, no. I'm afraid.
Oh, really?
I'm a coward.
It's real. It is actually very, very fun.
Really?
Yeah, I've done it twice. It was when I was in high school.
Wow, you're a brave woman.
But it was, 30 years ago, but it was fun.
Ah! Maybe 30 years ago I could too.
You could have done it too. How about you, Natalie or Asma? Have you ever done this?
No, I haven't done that.
No. Would
I'm
you?
not sure
If
if I
you
want. Maybe, but I am really bad at swimming, so
Oh, yeah, the thing
I swimming first.
Yeah, the thing about these is they have on most of these boats they have professional guides, and you're actually quite safe because of the professionals. And I absolutely love swimming, and I remember the first time I did this. We all have life jackets on and everything. First time I did it, the water was actually quite calm for a while, so I jumped out, and the guide passed me a rope so I could keep up with the boat. It's really fun. But if you ever come to Idaho, make sure that you at least go see the whitewaters if you don't want to take the boats. But there's in my area of the U.S., it's very, very common to do this. So, what is something? So this is what I would suggest that you guys do if you ever came to Idaho. So if I ever went to Egypt, Asma, what would you suggest that I do? And I'll type it in Google Images.
Is surfing the water,
Surfing?
or hiking mountain, diving, skydiving.
Skydiving? Okay. Have you done any of these? Asma, do you go hiking?
No. In Egypt, there are mountains are far from where I live, so I didn't have a
I
chance
did
to go.
hiking.
So this is hiking in Egypt. This would be a kick. Who is that? What's that? That's hiking in hills. It's just a little boy.
Yeah.
This is not in Egypt.
Interesting.
No.
How could that be in Egypt? Wait a minute. So some of these pictures are just beautiful. I love this. This is neat. Wow. So okay, Natalie, if I were to go back to Colombia, what would you suggest that I do?
I don't know. I know people who go to mountains, because we got a few mountains over there, but another one who did it, but I think is one of the attraction in the country, mountain and bungee jumping as well.
Bungee jumping in Colombia? Let's see.
Yeah.
Have you done it? No, you said you haven't done it. But this is bungee jumping in Colombia. Colombia bungee jumping.
Yeah.
Wow. I really considered it until I learned that they tie your feet together and you jump face first. And then I couldn't do it. I don't want to be hanging upside down. So, okay, so Tatiana, how about Russia? What is something?
Russia, You know, when I was born, it's North Caucasus and
Uh-huh.
Elbrus Mountain, and you can go hiking Elbrus Mountain. Elbrus.
Hiking in Russia.
Elbrus.
Elbrus. Hiking in Elbrus.
ELB. Br.
Okay.
Elbrus. Yeah. It has two heads.
Right
This
here. On
mountain has
YouTube.
two heads. Yes, when I was young, when I was 18-year-old, I do hiking in Elbrus Mountain.
Uh-huh.
It was 3,600 kilometers.
Wow. Is it
Yeah.
always snow?
Snow is only on the top of the mountains, and
Uh-huh.
when you go at the foot of the mountains, there are a very picturesque place.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes. There are a lot of mineral water, natural mineral water. It's very, very famous place in my country.
Okay. Okay, I'm
But
going
in
to
Turkey, what?
well, I was gonna show you guys a hobby that I did in Finland.
But in Turkey, it's very popular parachute gliding and scuba diving.
Oh, really? Okay, scuba diving,
Yeah.
parachute gliding. Okay. And this is a hobby that I learned in Finland. Okay. Not very many because I wrote it in Finnish.
Oh, wow. Yes, it's very popular in Russia, but not for me.
This is it's about, as many times the water is actually warmer than the air because it's so cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
So
It's
this is
very
kind of how
popular
it looked
after
before I
cold
was.
water to hot place, yes, like
Yeah, yeah.
hammam.
So what you do is you go into the water for a few minutes. What I would do is would get in the water and I would swim to the edge and then come back and get out, and then you go into the sauna. So you go back, and this looks like the one I used to go to actually. I wonder where that is. Fontolanti. Yeah, this looks exactly like where I used to go. Um, don't go by yourself. Don't go alone to the hole in the ice. So have you guys ever heard of this kind of hobby? Um,
Uh,
Ozma or Natalie?
No, I saw in a movie once, but
Would you do it?
yeah, why not?
It's a kick. It's really, and I remember one day I was really stressed, but I had one of my it turned out to be, by the end of my time in Finland, one of my closest friends could not speak English, and even though she did try to learn, she could not speak English, and so I could only speak Finnish with her, and we were meeting to go winter swimming, and I couldn't what is it I didn't have the language skills enough to cancel, so I went, and I was really tired and stressed that day, and it was the most relaxing thing I could have done. It was so relaxing. It was so nice. But I think this is a real common one where I used to go. But have you ever, would you do this, Asma, if you had the chance?
Yes, I would love
Yeah.
to do it.
Wouldn't it? It's a kick. And go back and forth between. And then in the summertime, people many times they don't wear swimming suits. If it's in say, for example, a private area, they just go into the water and go swimming. And my company did that. We did it completely naked with my colleagues, and it was night. It was like 11 or 12 at night and dark and stuff like that. So, but so this is common in Russia as well, Tatiana. But you never did it.
no, I never
No.
do. Never did.
Oh, really? Okay. And why not? You like warm weather.
Yeah, I prefer warm weather. I hate cold weather. I hate when I froze.
Yeah. I like cold weather. I hate warm weather. Hot, don't if it's over 25, don't make me go there because that's why Colombia sounds very Bogota. The average temperature there is 20 degrees. That sounds perfect to me. Well, girls, I hope you learned something and learned some new words and phrases and got a chance to practice a little bit. Um, and do give this article, Tatiana, to your husband. See if he wants to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and thank you all, and have a wonderful night. Well, for you guys, it's day. I'm heading to bed, so good night for me. But have a great day for you all.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.